What's cracking, yo? Welcome back to Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, stay notified, and let's get into the topic for today.
So I said I wasn't going to watch this All-Star game, as the All-Star game over the last 10 to 13 years for me has lost its way. You know, not just the dunk contest, but the All-Star game as a whole has lost its way over the years, and for me it's not fun to watch anymore. Generally, these teams are no longer competitive, even by All-Star game standards. And I understand the league has tried to implement changes in the format and the scoring and the quarters to try to make it more competitive. And initially, those last couple minutes, as they were trying to hit that target point on the score, they did ramp it up a little bit. But as a whole product, it just hasn't been the same. And it's somewhere in the late, probably just after 2010, is when the All-Star game really just started going a different direction. You had the era, what I call the last of the dying breed era: Kobe, Iverson, McGrady, Duncan, Garnett. Them boys, their group that they came through with, were like the last really, really, really competitive at all time, at all costs group. And then after that, you came in with the LeBron squad, the Banana Boat, right? The Banana Boat. Everybody's friendly, everybody's cordial, everybody's hanging out all the time. And so, when you were getting these All-Star games, as that dying breed started fading out and more of the millennials and the new generation started coming in, everything just became more laid back with the All-Star game. Even by All-Star game standards, there was no defense. No defense is getting played anymore. I've never seen so many just wide open layups, just wide open dunks. Having a slam dunk contest within an All-Star game, it's just not entertaining. Like watching somebody do dribbling moves while a defender lets you get past them isn't the same as doing these moves on somebody that's trying to defend you. It's just not the same. Back in the day, you had players making these All-Star games off their defense alone. Like players that had a defensive identity were making All-Star teams. So when they would go into the All-Star game, and Alonzo Mourning, Dikembe Mutombo, they were out there to block shots. They were out there to show you why. This is why I'm here in this All-Star game. I am going to try to block everything that comes at the rim. They used to call Mutombo Mount Mutombo. And people were not going to the rim in the All-Star game. I remember Kobe was like, ain't nobody trying to go in Mutombo. Kobe was like, I'm going to climb Mount Mutombo today. I'm going to climb Mount Mutombo. The best All-Star game I've ever seen was that 2001 All-Star game. Where, back then the players took it personal. These teams took it personal, especially as the West was lopsided. The Eastern Conference was weaker, and all the Eastern Conference kept hearing is how much better the West is, how the West is going to come here and crush them. And in the Eastern Conference, they took that personal, and they wanted to go out and send a message, just as the Western Conference wanted to send a message. Now I got a YouTube video out talking about that All-Star game specifically. I'll put a link in the description of this video so you can check it out. But the West came in. The West wasn't playing any games. They wanted to shut these fools down early. And they did. And then the Eastern Conference stormed back and turned into an epic finish. Epic finish. But that's just an example. You don't get that today in today's game. Nobody cares. People just want to rest. They want to hang out. They want to talk. They want to be jovial. And for me, that's not the type of product I want to watch. So I've been, over these last couple of years, I've missed All-Star games. I've not been invested in them. But today was just a chill day. I was working from home today, so I was like, let me just watch it. And as I was expected to be disappointed, and because my expectations were met, I guess I really wasn't disappointed after all, because I knew what I was getting. But for me, it's not the type of basketball I want to watch, even by All-Star game standards. not competitive. I don't want to see people just make open layups. I miss the competitive fervor of what the All Star game used to be. And it's not something I want to consume. So shout out to the people that are enjoying this though. And then we know we live in a 3-point shooting league now. Now all you see is just people running up and shooting threes. And we'll get it. They'll be on fire sometimes. They had a bunch of back and forth going. But it's essentially like I'm watching a regular NBA game almost. Just a bunch of open threes going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm just like, ooh. And then, like, I remember back in the 98 All Star game, there was a short spurt there. And remember, 98 All Star game, 3-point shooting wasn't a big thing back then. And I remember there was a point in the game, in the 98 All Star game, where Mitch Richmond and I think it was Tim Hardaway. Don't quote me on this, but I think it was Mitch Richmond of the Sacramento Kings at the time and Tim Hardaway. They started going back and forth with a little mini 3-point back and forth, and it was kind of hype because it was like, oh, this is cool, seeing these guys launch threes going back and forth, and it wasn't as many as we get today. Obviously, the league was different, but it was different back then because it wasn't something we were so accustomed to seeing. However, it's just boring. Like, I can't sit here and just watch open layups and 3-point shots getting hoisted up for almost 200 points for a team. It's crazy. It's boring. But I will say this: what happened in the fourth quarter with Jayson Tatum and Jalen Brown, that is when I got off of my sofa. I was relaxed, laying like this the whole time, chilling, ooh, on my phone, watching the game. Then what happened with Jayson Tatum and Jalen Brown, I literally got up like a zombie out the grave, bro. I was like, oh, what do we have here? Some competitive fervor in a little mini one-on-one contest between two teammates who at one point, remember the rumors were that they weren't getting along, which I don't know how true that was, but regardless, seeing these guys go one-on-one, playing defense on each other, trying to break each other down, the rest of the players moved off the court more or less, that was entertaining to me. I got up and I was like, huh. I like this. I like this. This type of competitive, I'm not saying it has to be one-on-one, but this type of competitiveness is what I lean out of my seat for, because this is entertaining. This has more value. This has more weight. You know what I mean? So maybe they might have to take a look at this little one-on-one situation. And this might be something we could look into. Even if you can, if these players don't want to come out here and compete, maybe implement something, because that was interesting. I like that. I like that a lot. I listen. If they wanted to get rid of the All-Star game completely and just run a one-on-one basketball competition, sign me TF up right now. Oh, I am all in on that. But a lot of players these days don't have that type of competitiveness. A lot of these players these days, they're scared of losing. They don't like losing. Maybe, I don't know, embarrassment, or they just don't want to, be caught losing. But it's like, it's part of it, man. That's why a lot of these players won't go in the big names and don't want to go in a slam dunk contest, because they don't want to lose. They worry about how I've been looked at if I lose. Man, shut up. Just get out there and dunk. Come on, man. But listen, give me something like that, man. I don't have to watch it. You can get rid of the All-Star game completely at this point, for all I care, because I'm not a fan of it. And yeah, it sucks because I used to love it. I used to look forward to it all the time. East versus West. Who's the best? But now you don't even have East versus West anymore. So for me, the stakes aren't high. Just for bragging rights. You know what I mean? Just for bragging rights. It ain't the same. But listen, this one-on-one thing, that was money. That was good. And I would like to see more players call people out. Hey, come on, I got you. Everybody move out the way. It's me and him. But They ain't gonna do it. But shout out to them two for taking that on. Maybe they have something there. Maybe they have something. Because I loved it. Every second of that little mini one-on-one competition. I was like, I need more of that. I need more. Next up, Steph Curry didn't play, but I was like, all right, I need Damian Lillard and Steph Curry / Kyrie Irving. 1 of 3. Y'all start y'all little one-on-one competition. I want to see it. I want to see it. Anyway, you guys let me know what you thought about the All-Star game. What is your favorite All-Star game of all time? Are you still a fan, or you are a fan of the All-Star game and what it is now? And did you like that Jayson Tatum, Jalen Brown interaction? What was your favorite moment of the All-Star game or as All-Star weekend as a whole? I'm sure Mac McClung is everybody's favorite moment. By the way, I made a video about the dunk contest because I didn't get to watch it, so I did a reaction video to it, and YouTube blocked it worldwide. Fuck you, YouTube. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Appreciate you for stopping in, and I will catch you on the next one. We out, baby.